Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to talk to you about 10 books that I need to prioritize and finish by the end of the year. Some of these actually are series that I've sort of grouped together, but for the most part they are standalones or like books that I just need to get. They're going to be priorities for me to read by the end of the year. I don't typically stick to my TBRs, but these are ones that like are a must finish by the end of the year. The first books are a series, but it's really only one book that I actually need to finish, and it is the Crescent City books. I have read the first one, but have not read the second one, and I actually pre-ordered the second one because I read the first one and really liked it, and I've read all of Sarah J. Maas's books, but for some reason I still have not picked up the second one, and I'm honestly terrified to pick it up. I've seen so many reaction videos to like the ending of that one, and I still have not been spoiled, so please do not spoil it for me. I will be very upset if you do, but I still have not been spoiled by it somehow, and I just like need to catch up on the series because the third one is coming out in January. I don't know if that is like a conclusion to the series, like is it going to be a trilogy or is it just like the first 3 books in the series? I'm not sure, but I need to catch up before it comes out so that I can read it and not have the third one spoiled for me either. So this is a very high priority on my TBR for the rest of the year. The next book on here is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This one shouldn't be a surprise, but I am terrified to read this. It is gotten so much hype. I honestly don't even think I can think of one person who I've seen not like it. Like, I don't think I've seen one negative review about it. I've seen negative reviews about her Rebecca Yarros's other books, but Fourth Wing is like, I just have not seen anyone not like it. And so I need to know what the hype is about. The second one is also coming out, I think, in November. So I'd ideally like to have Fourth Wing done by the time that that one comes out. But if I'm being realistic about it, as long as I finish it by the end of the year and finally figure out what the hype is about this book, I will be happy. I need to know. I need to know. The next book that I really want to get to by the end of the year is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Again, this one has gotten so much hype and I just really want to know. I love hockey romances and this is one of the most hyped hockey romances, so I've got to know what is going on with it. I need to know. That's like a common theme in like hyped books. I gotta know what the hype is about. And the second one, again, the second one is coming out later this year. So if I can prioritize that and like at least figure out if I like this book or not by the time the second one comes out, that would be ideal. It sounds like it will be good, but I have no idea if this is one of those books that is just not for me and it's just like been really hyped up by other people. So I'm hoping I'll get to that one, but like this one, so this one's a priority, but like the previous 2 are higher priorities than this one. The next book that I want to prioritize by the end of the year is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I've read all of Casey McQuiston's books except for this one. For some reason, I just have not picked this one up, even though it's been on a lot of my TBRs. It was on my like 23 books to read in 2023 and I have not even looked at it. I've not even like thought about picking it up, but I love Casey McQuiston's writing, so I don't know why I wouldn't pick it up. And I just I watched the Red, White, and Royal Blue movie and it was so cute, so I just like want to go back to her writing, and I've heard good things about this one. Like, it is sapphic and it's got some sort of sci-fi element to it. I honestly can't tell you why I have not picked this book up yet, except for the fact that for some reason this one just keeps slipping my mind. So it's a priority by the end of the year and I really want to get to it. The next one is also a series and it is the Heartstopper books. I think the 5th one is coming out later this year as well, but I have not picked up the series since I read the first one and I really need to. I loved it. I thought it was so stinking cute, and there's a Netflix adaptation and everything, so I don't know why I wouldn't have picked this up so I can at least watch the Netflix adaptation. It would be literally so quick for me just to pick the series up and read it, but for some reason I just have not. So this needs to be a priority for myself. By the end of the year, I'm going to read at least the first 4, hopefully the 5th one for when it comes out, but at least the ones that I own physically already. The next book that is on my books that needs to read by the end of the year, TBR, is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I read all 4 of the Chestnut Springs series books earlier in a reading vlog, and I am now obsessed with Elsie Silver, and I'm obsessed with the Chestnut Springs world. Theo and Cade are my favorite so far, so like the second and 4th book, but I am really excited to get Beau's book. He has been one of those like silent but like really important characters throughout the book so far, so I'm just really excited, and I think it's Marriage of Convenience if I remember correctly, so I'm going to be pre-ordering that, and as soon as it comes in I'm going to be picking it up because I need to read that series. I need to read it by the end of the year. So that is another priority of mine to finish off this series. The next book is kind of random on here, but it's one that I have downloaded on Kindle Unlimited and then returned and then downloaded like several times. And it's In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. I have been eyeing this book since it was released last year. I've like downloaded so many times, but for some reason I never get to it. I love small town romance. Everyone who likes the same kind of vibe books as I do really likes this book. It is a little long for a contemporary romance, so maybe that's why I've been putting it off, but I've heard such good things about it, and I'm kind of thinking that fall will be like a good time for me to get into for me to get back to my like small town reading roots. So I'm thinking that I'll be able to pick this up this fall, but it's one that I just downloaded so many times that I would like it for at least to be off my Kindle Unlimited TBR, that I can actually read it and find out, do I even like Kate Canterbury's writing? I don't know. Hopefully I do. The next book that has also been on my TBR for like honestly years, and it is Ace of Spades. I have had this book on my like fall TBR every single year for the last like 3 years, I think. I think I picked this up in 2020 and I still have yet to get to it. I don't know why. It will probably be such an easy, like really like quick read too, because it is YA and it's mystery thriller, so it's perfect for the fall time coming up. So I'm really hoping that I can read it in the next month or two, and I will hopefully love it, and hopefully it's been worthy, and like I'll be like kicking myself for not picking it up sooner. I just feel like I'm really gonna like it, but for some reason I just have not picked it up yet, and it's been on my TBR, my physical TBR at that, for so long that I need to pick it up by the end of this year, or I'm going to be really mad at myself. Okay, the last 2 are Christmas books that I'm pretty sure I will probably get to in the Christmas time. I really want to read by the end of the year. So the first one is The Very Merry Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams. This is the 5th and final book in the Bromance Book Club series. I have been binge reading this series, and I'm sort of saving this one for Christmas time, and I'm very excited about it. I love Christmas romances. I actually love them so much. It just gives me such like giddy vibes, and for some reason I always like tell myself I can't read them at any other time of the year, but if I could, I would read them all year round. Christmas romances. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just so wholesome and cute, and I love them. So I'm hoping that I will love Very Merry Bromance just as much. And this one is the one, and this one is following the country music star from the group. So again, I just think this is going to be a lot of fun, this one. And last but not least, I'm almost positive I'm going to get to this one. It's A December to Remember by Jenny Bayliss. Jenny Bayliss, if you don't know who that is, she writes Christmas romances every single year. I say she's sort of like the equivalent of Christmas romances to Emily Henry's summer romances. I love every single one of her books, and I read them and reread her entire backlist of books every single winter. I picked up all of her books every single year. So I will most likely get to her new release, which is A December to Remember, and as well I'll probably read all of her backlist of books again this winter, just because there's something about her books that they just make me really happy. And she's, again, like just like Emily Henry, she's really good with the banter and everything like that. So I'm very excited. I'm excited to see if this one holds up to all of her other ones. I'm hoping this one is a bit more Christmassy. Her last 2 were less Christmassy and more wintry, and I'm hoping this one is like full on Christmas. Okay, and those are all the books that I'm hoping to get to by the end of this year. Leave in the comments one book you're prioritizing for the end of the year. And if you don't see these books on my TBR coming up, or if I don't for some reason read them, please yell at me in the comments or DM me on Instagram telling me to read these books. Please, I really want to read them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.